Are you fake smoking?
Yes.
Sterling K. Brown and Susie Kelechi Watson as Randall and Beth Pearson. One of the scenes from the season premiere of This Is Us had everybody talking the fake smoking.
Well, the stress of a possible adoption sent them outside for a pretend smoke. We're joined by one of our favorites, Susan. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys.
No, was this originally, it wasn't going to be a fake smoke? What was this scene going to be?
No, it was always a fake smoke, but we artistic types tried to flip it into something else. So I'm on the phone with Sterling, like I was still in New York and he was in LA, and we were talking about the script and he said, hey, did you see the scene with the fake smoking? I said, yeah, man, I saw it. He's like, so what do you think? I was like, I think it's weed, man. He was like, I think it's weed too, let's do it. And I was like, yeah, we're all over it, right? So we thinking we're like so smart. And it was literally my first scene back after the hiatus. And I was actually sick during that episode. I remember now I was coughing up phlegm for my life. But so some real smoking wouldn't have been good. But so I start it and I do the thing and I pull it like it's a joint. Sterling comes out, he does it too. We do this whole thing. We think it's great. Our director, Ken, the brilliant Ken Olin, comes back. He says, you know, I think it's really a cigarette. And I was like, yeah, we know it's written like that, but you know, we think, you know, in Beth last season. And he was like, I still think it's a cigarette. I think there's something about cigarette that's more of a processing than smoking that is like you're trying to get away from.
You're not escaping.
Yeah, you're not escaping. You're really like in it. And so I was like, all right, well, you know what, Ken, we went back and forth and said, we'll try it. We'll try it.
Yeah.
Did it, and it was like, oh, he's right.
He's right.
Yeah, it's smoking.
Yeah.
We're just smoking. We're just smoking. So it was, and I never thought that people would pick up on it the way they have. It was like a moment in the script, but it ended up being.
Yeah, it was a moment of levity in an otherwise like very difficult conversation between you and your husband, talking about like, well, why don't we adopt if we are going to adopt? Why don't we adopt older? So are you all going to adopt now?
No, I think the idea is like trying our hand at fostering and seeing what happens when we bring an older kid into the house, you know. What is it to pay tribute to William in this way, you know, and not sort of start from scratch the way I'm sure Randall wants to, but to, what if he wasn't so fortunate? What would his life have been like? What was William's life like? What is it going to be like to bring somebody in who really needs it and feels kind of hopeless, you know, feels like it may never happen for them.
That's what I love. What a beautiful storyline and how it could affect, too. You talk about the rest of the family.
Yeah.
What's the response been from this?
Really great. A lot of people have been, we did a fundraiser yesterday. We co-hosted a brunch for the rape treatment center. And people there were saying how the show has like healed them and a lot of the topics, you know, whether it's directly related or not, it's this catharsis has happened in their life and people are really connecting with it just because the show is about empathy and about people understanding each other's journeys. So we've gotten a lot of good feedback for I was at the Janet Jackson concert yesterday.
Oh, okay. How was that?
Yeah, I was getting my control on. And somebody came up to me there and said, thank you so much for doing this foster thing. You know, I've done it and we're adopting and it's amazing to see this on television. So it's overwhelming, you know. We get a script and we know how good it is and we know how smart the writers are and how fantastic Dan is. But then we get to hear how it really affects people and that's like even greater.
I can't wait to see how that storyline continues. What I also love is we're getting a little bit more of your backstory. I feel like this season we're going to really get to know Beth. Yeah. We know she was the cool girl that Sterling had to win over, right?
Yeah, he had to try hard.
Yeah,
really hard.
You had the dreads and the whole thing, and he's trying the lines.
Yeah, but they're opposites. I think that's one thing that's kind of cool about them. I do think that they're drawn to what each other doesn't have. So maybe she's not as type A, and maybe he's not as cool, you know what I mean? But there's something about each other that balances them out.
I love, well, everybody does hashtag relationship goals with Beth and Randall right there. But it is seeing this real couple on there, that it's not just all fun and laughing, like you were in the trenches together. Do you laugh with all the hashtag relationship goals with you two? I mean, that's a lot of pressure.
Everybody says, I get a lot of, I want to be a wife like Beth. And I'm like, well, me too. Like, I don't know how she, like, I'm not as patient as she is. Sad to say, you know, I don't know that I'm as, I enter into situations with as little judgment as she does, you know. So I have my goals with Beth too. I think she's really cool in that way.
Well, I love the strong portrayal of this African-American family, which, I mean, how important was that to you?
Oh, that's like just another level, because I can count, and most people of my culture, ethnicity can the same, count on our hands the amount of examples that we've had in the media. Our great president, Barack Obama, and his wife being one of them, but just on television in general, maybe, on both hands and not even use all fingers. So to be included in that, and for people to, Black people to respond in the way that they have, and to feel like, oh my gosh, you guys are reminding us of either Cliff and Claire or Martin and Gina or Dwayne and Whitley, or, this small canon of like iconic couples that we've had along the way. It's something else to me. I mean, we never imagined it. I thought if we come anything close to like Martin and Gina, I'm happy. But we never imagined it would be like this, and it has, and so it's an honor. It really is. And
I can't wait till we're not counting.
You've set that bar.
Right,
Yeah.
where it's just not a thing. Which
Yeah.
on this show, it's not. I mean, it's just everybody's relationship, and we're looking at it all, and the squad goals. We got to talk more Janet Jackson. I need to
We
know
have to.
who you went with, what your song was.
Oh, God.
And there was a reunion with all the backup dancers, I heard.
It was
a friend of mine was there
fantastic,
dancing.
yes.
What? I
Yes.
know.
And Mandy Moore's engagement party, much more. Susan
More girl
Kelechi.
talk with Susan.
How fun.
Yeah.
I know I've been getting on your nerves.
Our girls came out good, it's true. But we made them great.
We are back on Access
I was
Hollywood
so-
Live with Susan Kelechi Watson, who plays Beth Pearson on NBC's This Is Us, That Scene. Sexy!
I was so like nervous about it not being.
Why?
I was like, is it sexy? Is it gonna
It
be
was
sexy?
sexy. It was, even the girls were
you
like,
worried about the leap? Was it the leap?
Yes. Oh, we practiced that leap so many times. I was like, Sterling, okay, what do I do? Wrap legs around you? Do I just want to go up? Do I bend my legs? What do you want to do?
That's kids'
It was
move.
like
That's her signature.
I do it to Natalie every day.
Is it bad in this?
Get
But
some.
that scene is why it's relationship goals. You
Yeah.
could feel the love
Yeah.
behind the way
Yeah.
he cradled his head and the kids watching on lovingly. Like, that's it right there.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
nailed it.
all the kids in this show are fantastic.
good. So
the kids who
good.
play your daughters,
Yes.
but then also seeing the
that's an
teenage the teenage Hannah, I guess is her the actress's
Yeah,
name.
who plays Kate.
Who plays Kate? That
she's
scene with her
fantastic.
and Jack was so powerful.
When she touches his face.
Oh my
and
God!
I mean, it's, watching Milo is enough. Like, he's just, he takes me there so often. And then to watch him with the kids, and especially the tenderness he has with Kate, is always so moving to me. And as you guys know, I'm not the big crier on the show. I'm sorry. I was born that way. But, like, he always consistently chokes me up, his scenes,
The music on your show, too.
How good is the music?
It comes in the perfect time, like a beautiful whatever it is. Like, you can just play that. I can feel the tears
and it's getting
coming.
better and better. And the soundtrack was just released, and it's just it's become sort of iconic with the show. The music.
Yeah.
They were like, "Is this music designed to make us cry?"
It is.
It is.
We're like, maybe it's all the music. Maybe it's not us or the writing.
yeah.
It might
It's
just
the
be
winning
the music.
combo.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Speaking of music, tell Natalie and everything. Janet Jackson. So who'd you go with? How were your scenes? What did she open
Survive. I
with?
won't
Did she
survive.
deliver?
She is Miss Janet, Miss Jackson, because I'm nasty. I thank you for just my whole childhood. The Janet album was like the soundtrack of my life. It probably shouldn't have been because some of the songs on there, but like I just love her, and it was a childhood dream of mine come true to see her in person, and she is killing it.
I love hearing
she
that.
Looks gorgeous, first of all. She looks phenomenal.
What did she say when she came out and talked about the baby?
She just walked, honey. She didn't say anything. She just walked. And we were all like, yes! And then she like sang, like she's one of those artists, I feel like it's almost old school now, where they get on stage and it's just song after song after, we just giving it to you. We're just it's the movements, it's the iconic things that we love. And then she had this one moment at the end where she introduced all her backup dancers over the years and just paid tribute to all these people who gave us like these phenomenal moves.
That shows how nice she is too.
Yeah.
She had them back and knew, you know, and he brought everybody out and introduced them.
And then they did Rhythm Nation
Oh,
together.
wow.
Too much.
Did you get to meet her backstage?
I didn't, and I thought, I should have tried to make that happen. I don't know.
Come on, you're
like,
Susan.
you know who I am.
I'm new at this. I don't know if I would have even had a chance, but it would have been lovely. No, me and my friends, my friend offered to get tickets like a month or so ago. She's like, you want to see Jan? I was like, do I?
Yeah.
And so she got the tickets and I just never thought about it. And then when I got there, I was like, oh, it would have been so nice to like even take a picture with Janet.
She would have loved
Do people
that
come up
moment.
though and want to talk Beth? Like I picture you're in control. You're in it, and then people are like, I love Beth. You're like, yeah.
It was like that last night. I was like, oh my God, I'm like this, doing like Pleasure Principle. And they're like, excuse me. And I was like, oh God, is this
then you have to go to Beth.
Right.
And you're like, but not now.
Right. I'm just feeling my Janet right now. It was like that I was like, people probably got some good videos last night. Me and my
we gotta
friends,
find those.
Yeah, me and my friends went to town.
We have to talk about though, like Chrissy Metz said that if it weren't for the show, she might have given up acting. Is that something that ever?
God, that would have been sad for us.
Yes. Is that something that you ever? I mean, I think you were doing lots of roles prior. Right?
I was, but then you know, there's these dramatic ups and downs in the career, and so a little bit before This Is Us, I thought, what else can I do that would satisfy me to where I wouldn't feel so up and down all the time? Because I was in one of those lows, and I thought, oh, I love Montreal. So I started going on like Zillow and like looking up how much places cost in Montreal to rent. And I said, it's so cheap there. I can work in a little coffee shop and get like an apartment and be fine. So I started with this plan about Montreal, and I thought I'll just give it up. And I felt this freedom, like, oh, I don't have to do this. And then like a week later, I got this audition. It was like,
wasn't Montreal not meant to be?
I guess not. Maybe just vacation.
Not yet.
It's almost setting it free. And then
you got to let it go. Sometimes you have to let it go.
Well, we love you, and we cannot
you
wait for
guys.
this
Great
season.
having
We will
you
see
here.
you at all the events that we get to go to.
season.
This Is Us is back tomorrow night at 9 on NBC.
And I'll wait.